Okay, so two people are in offered stage and there's an error. What is the error? Chunk will go. Cross it. I don't know what it is. I think we can slow. Click on candidates grid.
Candidate.
Scroll down. Okay, so two of them are in higher.
Yes. So when we, so these three job BPs are very much interrelated. First, we have to create a job rec, and the job rec BP is triggered. Then job application. Once the job, what time the hiring trigger? Hire trigger within the job application or after the job application is completed?
No. So once a job application triggers, it leads to triggering of review BP. And once we complete the review BP, it then asks us to which next stage we want to move. And likewise, we can move the person to phone screen, assessment, interview, offer, reference check. Once we select the status as higher BP now, then ready for higher BP gets triggered. And it leads to triggering of those 4-5 BPs as per the candidate type. It could be the higher BP itself. It could be add job, change job, or convert to employee like this. Did we went across offer BP?
No, these higher BP, these are the last steps of job application, or where they trigger. Like I see this is the last step after the background check is clear, and they click on hire.
No, not on clicking. Let's do one thing. Can you create one prospect and create a job app for him?
Okay. You want to create a new prospect?
Yes, create a new prospect, then create a job application.
Okay, I don't know which error is coming. I don't know why it's taking so long. Refresh it.
This was happening with my last candidate also.
Something else is
tenant issue.
Yeah. Because we were having some issues yesterday. So somebody tried to hire an employee in a job rec, and then within the job rec, he did something as he bring another job rec during the process, and now the same job rec he used for hiring somebody, it was not available to hire somebody else. So I was thinking, like, when you create a job rec for a specific position you want to hire, unless the whole process is completed, the person is the highest stages and he hired, then that job rec is available to hire another person.
So it depends upon the number of openings. If you have only one opening and you have hired for that person, it will be filled. And if you again want to do the hiring with that, you need to edit the job rec and add the number of openings or add the position. And then likewise, it would be open. But it will lead to triggering of edit job requisition BP. Okay, and not the job rec.
So I mean, it's at the same time, we can use same job rec to hire two different people. We can use the same time.
If we have defined like number of openings as 2. So yes, we can.
Yeah, because yesterday we had the issue that was all over the place. Like he wanted to hire somebody on the same. He hired it already, and then he said my job rec is not available. Because during the process, in the middle he changes the rec, and another rec came, and then he ultimately hired on another rec, not the one who's supposed to. And then he said, "I want this rec to be open so I could hire somebody else."
Yes. So edit job rec BP got triggered, and yeah. So I think you cannot move across a candidate from one job rec to another in between. You can only move between evergreen and normal job rec. So in that case, like what you can do, you can create a new job application for your new job rec, and move the candidate directly to the stage where he was at the end, so that he doesn't go through all those stages again. So internally, you can do this setup.
Like create another job application business process, the whole business process?
No. So since you have same SOPOG, right? So your
Mm,
BPs would be same in the tenant. The
okay.
job rec BP will also be the same. It's just
Mhm.
that a new job rec is getting created, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So a new job rec is getting created, but you want to utilize the same old candidate who was, let's suppose, in interview stage at that time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, like what you can do, you can create a job application as a recruiter in the system, and you can transfer that candidate to the required stage in that new job rec. Now create job application. You remember your SOPOG number, right? Your job rec number.
Yeah.
Yeah, create it. So do you have any prospect already? No. So you need to create prospect first. So duplicate it or whatever. Yeah, you can create prospect.
New prospects.
Just fill in these details, only the important ones, no need of going into each and every one.
Let me write down a name at least. This is already an error coming up. I don't know.
There's some issue in your tenant. Just try to click on OK and then we'll see. If it's not working, I'll screenshot.
Okay, then you have the same GMS or?
I have a remote desktop, so it's a bit different.
Okay. Create prospect is when somebody has not prospect is the one who doesn't apply yet, right? So how we
Right.
create the
So it could be like the candidate has come on the external career site and given his info as prospect. So the recruiter can use that prospect directly, or recruiter can also create prospect. Like he might have seen him on some platform or any other platform offline, and he says, "Let me create a job app for you," and he can do the backend processing. So
and
click on
then
OK.
then employee will know that the prospect will know that we communicate that we want him to apply to the website external, then we can decide, then we move from
Yes.
there. I
Yes.
think it's not
So
working.
from here, I think show me the error.
Uh,
I don't know what is cross it. Which one you created?
we found it was David Kelly. This is Ethan Kelly, somebody else, not.
So they're saying that they found duplicates, so Workday is fetching this result. Cancel this
Okay.
and change the name of the person. Or edit prospect.
Oh, it's not even created. I don't know how no, it's not even
Again,
created.
create it.
So for this job application, we only create one time and then we maintain it in the template, and it should automatically fetch for every candidate, right?
What the job rec?
Job application.
Job application. So let me show you the process. I'll first create prospect. So I can mention the source of this prospect, his details. So all the job application information would be asked over here as well. I click on OK.
Mm-hmm.
Now my prospect profile has got created, and these are the only details. I'll now create the job application for him.
And the candidate will get an email that we created a profile for him and he can apply.
So he will get some information during the job application process wherever candidate as self has been included as the security code. But I don't think so. We have included any notifications yet on our BPs, job application BP. So if
No,
I
we
open it, so currently this is the one. Now So currently there are only two notifications. One will trigger when the BP is rescinded. Another one will trigger to candidate on entry during the review candidate step. So let's see if you will be getting the email ID on. So
okay.
should be it. What is your job rec ID?
It's R01240. I don't know. Macy's manager is not mine. I don't know. Somebody used mine.
So Macy's manager, this is basically the job application template.
Okay.
Let me see it.
I did not create any job application template, I think.
This was created by us only.
Yeah, this is the one.
So management skill, let me keep it there. So company, it's not as strict, but still it would show an error if you're not putting anything here. So it's a, I would say, workday bug. They should have put here the asterisk. Then training. Language would be, I think it will ask for ability, yes. Okay, so I have created the job application for her, and there's a review process now, and it is awaiting action by 16 people. Okay. Can you just check if you got any thank you for applying email?
Okay, sure. Yeah, I got it. Thank you for applying. Yes.
So if this would have been an external candidate who have applied through the external career site, no, on his candidate home account, he would have got the message along with his Gmail ID, valid Gmail ID. This is also an external candidate only, but it is created by recruiter. So he's also the same one, only the way of creation of his job app is different. Now is going to happen. So there's one active job application, and if I click on actions, I can move the candidate. And here also I could see 16 people who can work on this review action step. Okay.
And the internal candidate, they automatically get the notification as we populated when they apply from the
Yes.
jobs. Okay.
Yes, whichever valid email ID is there, it could be his work email. So on that he could get, or on his Gmail ID somewhere over there also he will get. There won't be any candidate home account internally, but there's a new update which I got to know. I don't know if it's in production yet or not. Like how we created our customized external career site, no? So for internal career site as well, we can do the customization. We not only always have to go on find job, we can customize the layout and branding and everything for the client as well. So there are multiple ways by which I can take action on the job app. One is from here. Okay. One on going into the inbox. Okay. So I have to review. So the review BP has been triggered here.
You can also go to the job rec.
Yes, that is what I was going to do. So currently, like this is reassigned apparently.
Nobody has assigned to this stuff.
Okay, let me go back to. Let me go to the job rec. So I could see now Shruti Seth as well. Okay. So it is saying reassign this task. even though awaiting action is going to these people, all these people. I don't know why they have put it.
Review has only one step, right? So the job application, still it has so many approval.
So review BP, I'll check.
I don't think so. I configure review BP. I configure all the stages of job application, but I don't think so. I did review BP. I did not.
Okay, so it took the default one. No, you took review candidate. Yeah. It has to, okay, it is going to initiator as well. Okay, so since Logan created the job app, that's why she's able to like go on the profile and do the actions. But still, a reassign option is visible as well. It is not going to a proper security group. Okay, but I still see the option of move forward because I initiated it. I am the initiator for Shruti Seth.
So these all the job application that was created before, like Asma and Logan McNeil. I don't know why it came Logan McNeil as a name. So when we click on them, then we can move forward them from if we select the box checkbox on the top.
Yeah. So if I click here, move forward. So I would be able to move forward to next stage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is basically a little bit different. So here they are selecting the jobs, the candidate next stage. So for example, if I open the job application BP. Okay, so currently I'm in review, right? So what it is saying, move selected candidate to next stage. So these are the next stages. So from where these are coming, these are the next possible steps, okay, for review. Okay, so let's suppose if I select phone screen, okay, so phone screen as my next stage, and if I go into that particular stage, it has all these next possible steps. Okay, so all these things would be visible in the next step as per this next stage which we have selected. So it is saying move selected to next step. Wait, that is because I've selected this here. Wait. So these are the possible ones which could be made as the next step. So if I open this, so I have recruiter screen. Manager screen is not visible. Wait. Okay.
How do we see the manager recruiter? This is the recruiter screen. How do we know?
Wait, I'll select from here. Actually, I have selected this one only as of now. So let me complete this one. And when I am going to move forward from this stage, no, then I'll be able to see manage your phone screen.
Okay. So these are the steps within this stage.
Like move selected candidates to next stage. So from where he would move from review. So these are
Yeah.
the next possible stages.
Stages.
So phone screen is coming. Okay, and that's it. Let me click on OK.
We don't have to select next step.
This one,
Same.
actually, this is coming by default as per this. That's the reason. Okay, so now phone screen has been triggered. So this screen BP might have been triggered. Again, it is going unassigned. So if I'll open the screen BP node, it would have somewhere initiator. See, it has initiator again. That's why we don't keep initiator, even though I'll be able to move her forward. Now I could see manager phone screen. Okay, as the next possible stage, as the next possible step. So I'm moving the candidate from phone screen stage itself. And I have all these next possible steps. If it is getting confusing for you, let me just discard it and go to the profile of the candidate. Okay, so from here also, I could move the candidate. Currently, I'm in recruiter phone screen. I can move the candidate to all these next possible steps or stage, whatever it is. So if I select phone screen, manager phone screen now, again, it will give me all these next possible steps.
Okay. So
Let me select manager and
Sure.
I'll just go again. Now the screen BP has been triggered. Let me see how it goes. It took me again to this screen only. From here, I can move forward. I can move forward from here also. So these are the next possible stages. So we are still in the screen stage only of the job application. And these were the next possible steps. If I click here, from here also I can move candidate.
Shilpa, on the right side, if you can go back, sorry. On the right side of the screen, there was the manager or something.
Wait, I'll.
Yeah, on the right side in progress, it's a parallel process or the next process.
So this is what they want me. So it's awaiting me action now. So if I'll go here now, so they will ask me to do the actions only. That's it. Whether I want to move or whether I want to decline. So if I'll see the BP definition, so here I have to make the decision of screen candidate that whether he would be moved forward or whatever. Let me check if this is the decision making step. I don't think so. Screen candidate would be like an offline procedure would occur and he would do the screening. And then after this, a particular step should be included of making the decision. Okay, no. This is the only decision making step. So in this screen candidate, like it would be the responsibility of the required security group of how he would be conducting that step offline or in Workday or through any other communication. But in Workday, the work would be to only move him forward or decline him, like make a certain decision. So
Okay, and
it
this
could be done in 3 ways over here on the screen.
one is by a job reg, one is from this profile, and what was the third way? I'm sorry. This is
Inbox
first
item.
oh yeah, from the profile. And this is showing you the stage where if you go to candidate profile, it's showing you the stage like he's on a screening stage, and then.
So if I move him forward, now let me move him to assessment.
Each
So now,
stage like I'm
so
sorry.
now why I didn't get reassign option for manager phone screen? Because now clearly it is clear that the initiator is Logan. She's initiating the manager phone screen BP. That's why.
Okay.
Now what it is saying, so I've initiated the assess BP. So it's in progress. Let me check the process. So manager phone screen and this screen, this is about screen. Let me open the overall process, job application overall process. I'll go to the process. The job application got triggered, review got triggered. Okay. So in the review, there were 3 and some of them got automatically completed. Another one was reassigned. Then screen occurred. So screen first occurred for recruiter phone screen and it led to triggering of screen candidate and screen candidate. One got reassigned. Mm-hmm. Another one was screen, again screen, now the assess candidate. And did you get any inbox item?
Let me check.
We have not included any assessment. How could it be?
And so how did you go to the last screen you show me the job application? Because usually I get the job rec, the whole thing.
Okay, no worries. I'll go to the inbox.
Because that's the easy way to see which where we are.
I'll go to the archive. I could see the overall status for job application in progress. For screening, it was completed. Screening, it was completed. Review, it was completed. Okay. Job application, Rani Tripathi, she's somebody else. So I'll go to this and over here, overall process, I'll click job application. So now job requisition has nothing to do with this process.
Okay. So you can write the job application and the name of the person or rec number. Yeah, so yeah, this is an easy way to understand because when the funnel come, I get a little confused. So even in this, in these stages, in these steps, if we miss any step, like sometimes there are background check and there's some steps are parallel and then they skip any step and then the recruiter asks us to reassign them the step. That got really confusing, the way to go, how to
reassigning occurs when we don't have any user on that security group. So it is checked by Workday at backend. Okay. Skipping option, it is something coming from the BP configuration itself. So if we have made that step as optional, so that security group user could just skip it and it will move on to the next step. That's it. And they're not getting parallelly triggered. So they are getting triggered in sequence. So for example, job application got triggered. So it led to triggering of review. So once review was completed and review decision was taken that which would be the next stage and recruiter selected or Logan selected screening, then it led to triggering of screen BP. Again, in the screen, we again selected the manager phone screen. Again, it led to triggering of screen. And from screen, we initiated assess. So now assess candidate BP is getting triggered.
Okay. So we have to find out the way how we can move from job rec or from the inbox or from the main candidate home, we can go and process them. And if we have any error here, we can come and correct these steps. So sometimes resign and correct whatever we want to do to make sure they're in a. Most of the time, they skip any step and they say, I can move the candidate to the next stage. Then Yeah.
But we cannot skip every step because it depends upon the configuration. So if I open this, so we have this column, no, optional. So if we are making it yes, only that step could be skipped. But yes,
Okay.
you're talking about the job application BP. So in that, yes, we can select the next possible step as per our convenience.
Okay.
And then the in between will be skipped. Right. That is true.
Okay. Let me. Can you go back to the job rec, and then those candidates which I move from different cities, they're on higher. Let me see from where we can
Okay.
move them.
So since they are in higher, they cannot be moved forward. But let me check. What is
Okay.
the job rate?
It was 01240. So once they reach the higher state, then this job application. This is the last step of uh, the job application business process.
Yes. Yes.
Create pre-hire.
Yeah. So once we do the hiring, we trigger the higher BP. Then it is taken care by same team mainly. But in some companies, like sometimes recruiter also need to look into the higher BP, and in that onboarding steps, all those things. So that is part of HCM mainly. But yeah,
Yeah.
okay. What was the job rec?
The R 01240. It would R and
So if I open this, or who are in higher, let me see. So these two people are in higher, and if I click on this, okay. So from here, only these three things were triggered. So background check, thank you for applying, and background check, fine. Let me check the worker history. I'll go to action. So this is still a candidate, so I cannot see the.
yeah, because he's not hired yet. So
No worries, no worries.
yeah, this is also issue. Sometimes I want to fix the VP. As a candidate, there's no history. I don't know where to find a job, find a business process to fix it or correct it. I think we can go that way, like BP job application and the rec name or the candidate name.
Or I could go to Logan as well and go to archive.
This recruiter and hiring manager should have, they would have been able to get
Yeah,
these
so
archives.
Logan is both, no? Logan is both.
Yeah, being like HR admin role in admin role, I wouldn't be able to see these things. It was 28, not this one. Can you search by job application and then no, that will show only job application status because that is completed already.
No, we will search by job application.
That's very old.
I don't have the option to create filter. You did it yesterday?
No, 528 was same to your class.
Oh, when did you do it?
528. 28.
Okay.
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
We just need any one of it. We'll see. So this is the BP. If I click on this node,
Oh, it's completed.
so this is the overall process. Okay. And if I click on process, so 21 items got triggered. So, so you skip these interview ones. Then offer was submitted. Then propose com, which was part of offer. Then generate. Then this was skipped. Then background check. And ready for hire was completed. This was not required.
Ready for hire is the last stage of and it automatically triggers the hiring process once we complete it, or there's a manual. Yesterday we had an issue actually. We went through, remember that I was telling you the job reg, it has issues. So we fixed the job reg and then we went to the job application again. We went through all the stages and then there was no option to hire him. Then we had to manually go to the task, hire employee, and then we finally able to hire him.
So once you have edited your job rec, so how you started with the candidate?
We resigned the whole process. He has to post the job rec again from the beginning, and then after completing the BP job rec, then we trigger the job application, and then we were able to see the hire option. And then we went to the task and hire employee. Task we use and then automatically approve all the approval, and then he was hired.
Okay.
So I was saying, like this should be automatically trigger the hiring process after this stage is completed.
No. Once you are editing the job rec, it means you have made changes in the job opening. So it needs to be first edit job rec BP should be completed, and then again the job application will start. It is not happening at runtime. So if you're making any changes on your external career site also, in Workday, it will not reflect automatically. You have to unpost the job portal and then post it again. So this is how it happens. So even if you have made changes in the job rec, still you need to go through the job app again. It will not resume from the stage when it was previously.
Okay, so we have to edit job rec and then.
So if you're editing, so this BP will trigger.
Okay, BP job rec change. Yeah, we have this BP as well. One more thing, Shilpa, there was some option and configure automatic stage routing at the.
I have to teach you that. Once we do the testing of this node, that is my next topic. So it is again a very important topic from interview perspective and from implementation also. It's just that simply we are going to automatically advance a candidate to the next stage or automatically decline him on the basis of a particular condition. Let's suppose if a job application has been created, and if let's suppose the candidate is less than 18 years. So we want in that case the job app to be automatically declined by Workday. We don't want it to be triggered even into the inbox of recruiter or manager. So we have to do that setup on the job app. We'll see that later.
Okay, and also the one more rule-based BP configuration.
Rule-based BP configuration, it is part of HCM concept. So it is a way of not triggering the default definition, but some other definition on the basis of a condition. So if I'll go and search for related action of the BP now. So not here.
If you can view definition, it will give you some steps. Okay.
So I'm randomly opening any BP. So let's suppose if I don't want default definition to trigger, so I'll go to related action, and here rule-based business process configuration, I'll click. Click on OK. I'll add my rule, and here would be the definition I want to trigger based on this condition. So what Workday will do, he will first look into these rules, and if they satisfy, then this BP will get triggered. Okay, and if none of them get satisfied, then the main default definition will get triggered.
Okay, so if I include a different for creating a job rec, if selling it, I have one assignment as well. In the job rec, they want to change some reason, and based on those reason, instead of hiring the default definition, they want to skip the manual. So we skip the manual approval. So I have to configure the job rec with a specific condition, like if I change that. Okay.
Yes. So if I open your alpha, so let's suppose this is the default definition in your system. So Workday will look into this, okay. But if let's suppose we don't want this to trigger, we want something else. So we'll go related action, BP, and oh, sorry, I clicked on the wrong. Yeah, I clicked on the wrong. I'll go to BP and business rule-based business process configuration. Okay. And here I would put my rule. I'll create the rule. So here it's written now. Job rec reason is acquisition. So you can just look into this as. So business process reason in the selection list is true. Yes. So this is the appropriate rule for you as well. And then you have to mention here the definition. Okay, so currently it is not available, but in your system, you'll be able to see it.
So we have to create a definition, separate definition as well, right? And then add here.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, where were we? Wait. I'll check the inbox item. I'll go to archive. Yeah, so this was the one we were working on. So yeah, did you get any email item? Anything?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Even though we have not attached any assessment still.
No, the last one I got was the thank you for applying. That's it. Nothing else.
That is because we have not added any assessment. So there's no any integration in the system. So what I'll do, I'll go to the profile and move her forward.
Okay.
I'll skip this assessment state itself. So from assessment, these are the next possible stages. So let me open schedule interview. It is again going to reassign because initiator would be there. Okay. Let me go into the inbox. So let me reassign, no issue. So that's why we have to be sure about our security groups and everything, otherwise. So reassign, unassigned, and interview. So this is the one. Let me reassign to Logan. Okay, so this is how the task looks like of scheduling the interview. So Workday will ask me who would be the interviewers, what would be the duration. Okay, I'll put in 50 minutes. Wait. Yeah, 50. Then what is the interview type, whether it is telephonic or in person. So we can maintain these types in the system as well. Then which competencies this interviewer is going to check, what would be the questionnaire the person is going to ask, and what are the notes, anything, any additional instructional text. Then we can also mention, use same location or room and overall comment. And I'll click on, okay, date has to be given. Let me give today's date only. Next. So we have to make sure that the required notifications are set on the inbox, on the BP of the interview. Only then the communication would go. Okay. Let me click on schedule again. It will ask me for interviews again. And start time, nothing, duration is fine. Click on OK. Next. Okay, and I'll click on submit. Let me go into the inbox again. Okay. So schedule interview. Now manage interview feedback by recruiter. So I need to reassign again. Are there any inbox item for your Gmail?
Okay. No, just the
Previous one.
Yeah, I think we have to set up. Maybe in next class we can set up some notification.
Yes, we need to. Okay. So these are the possible recruiting admin. Let me go to Steve Morgan. And now I need to start workspace. So manage interview feedback, interview, cancel interview, interview feedback. Let me just submit it and see. So the request submit participant control for interview is completed. Okay. So this is a notification kind of a thing came into the inbox of the person. Reassign process by background process. So if I click on this job application, make interview decision, Logan has to do it. So there would have been one, this iPhone project launch date, email from director, some system generated notification, which might have gone, then dated by again.
What does it show? These show the stages, or what is the thing you were
These
saw?
are basically the email communication which went to the candidate.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, he could see the active job application here itself, and he could have done it.